welcome back to Vlogmas Day 15. Today we are embroidering on this beautiful, like absolutely stunning dressage saddle pad. Now this has been a very fun project. I've already done two of them. I've done two white ones, but I wanted to save the prettiest one for a video. This thing is brand new. It still has a tag on it. It's a custom order from a customer. And I just thought I would show you guys how I did it. I did, like I said, the two white ones yesterday. I'll show you those at the end of the video. And it was really interesting. I totally thought I was going to be able to use my 5x5 Mighty Hoop, and I thought that would be best, but they are so thick that the magnet wouldn't even touch each other. So luckily I have my 8-in-1 fast frames. So I'm using the big rectangle one. I have no idea. I should like put numbers on it or letters so that I can just myself tell which one is different. But you can see the design fits inside it perfect, like that. And I just use my sticky stabilizer and it works great. So I'm going to show you guys how I do this. Now this is my first time embroidering on these saddle pads, so maybe there's another way to do them. I don't know. I didn't look up any other videos or anything. I just went for it. So I'm going to show you how I got all of these done today. So you need your saddle pad, you need a printout of your image, you need your 8-in-1 fast frame, and like I said, this is the big rectangle one. You're going to need pins to pin your design onto the pad, and then you're going to need sticky stabilizer, and I think that's it. So I have my design ready to go on my EM1010, so that is all set. We just need to get it on the fast frame. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is line up where I want my design. Now, these squares, this is the only one that had squares. The other one had like diamonds, and then the other one just had lines. So this is the first one I'm doing that has these squares. And the squares aren't perfectly straight, but my design kind of fits perfectly in one square. So I'm gonna try to center it as much as I can in the square and go off of that. And once I think I have it in a good spot, I'm gonna pin it in place. So now you can see this fast frame, how it fits perfectly in it like that. I have plenty of room on the sides to not hit. So I'm gonna put my sticky stabilizer on my frame. I'm gonna put my frame upside down, our stabilizer to the frame. I'm gonna cut off this excess. I'm going to put it back over and fold over these little bits. I mean, I guess it ultimately doesn't matter, but okay. Now I'm going to carefully put this underneath. This is what the back side looks like, just in case you're wondering. So what I'm gonna try to do, the vertical line that's on my design, I'm going to, with my eye, line it up with the, where is it? The little V notches in my fast frame that show me where center is. So that's what I'm lining up. Okay, so I have my fast frame underneath, and before I press the pad down or anything, I'm making sure, one, that this whole square is in the sticky frame and not all the way up, and two, that it's centered on those V notches that I said. Okay, so I'm also paying attention to how far down this is on the frame itself. So I don't want it all the way up because I need to be able to put the sides under the bracket. So I'm gonna very carefully lift up this side and put it under the bracket like this. And then do the same thing for this side. Again, very, very carefully, trying to not move what I just stuck down. I'm gonna kind of hold it with one hand and put it under with the other, but I got stuck on that little handle right there. And you can always straighten it out once you know, get it on there. I guess I could take this tag off, but I don't know. There we go. Okay. Now if you need to straighten it out, go ahead and do so. And I'm gonna put my hand underneath and feel and just make sure I'm not by the brackets. That feels perfect. And I also have a little bit of room up here too, so I'm not worried about hitting the top of the frame. The top of the frame's about right here. So I am good to go. So now we're gonna go put it on the, or actually no, we need to clamp it down. Shoot, I forgot to say that. I totally forgot to say in the middle, in the beginning of the video that I used these mini clamps on the other two. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the edge and clamp it. Like that. And sometimes it's easier to do once it's on the machine, but I'm at least gonna get these back ones on. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna put it on. I have this draped up over that arm. Carefully click it into place. Now this popped up just a little bit. It didn't move to the left or right, it just popped off the sticky stabilizer. So now I'm going to clip the other sides. Clip, clamp, whatever you want to call it. That. Now that is perfect. There's a lot of weight on that, but I have the bottom of the pad resting on this stool right here. I'm trying to not move that too much. Perfect. Okay, so now it's time to center the design. So now I need to fix what I have on here. On the other ones, I set it to the D frame. Okay, so I have it centered. I actually had to change it to the E hoop. I had to play with it for a minute because on the 8x12 hoop, it went out of the embroidery area. So I had to play around with it and figure out which hoop size. I didn't want to do the other because then it looks like a tiny dot on the screen and you can't really, you know, make sure it's flipped upside down or anything like that. So I set it to the E hoop, and now needle number 1 is centered on my crosshairs right there. So we're gonna lock it in place and we're gonna trace. Oops. Okay. Now we're going to contour trace. Make sure I don't get my finger with the pin. All right, so now I'm gonna take this off and we're gonna go for it. I'm just gonna press start. I also forgot to say this earlier. I have my speed set to 450 because this is very expensive and it's on the sticky stabilizer. Like, I don't know, I wanted to go nice and slow, so I have my speed set to 450. Okay, so that just finished, so we're gonna take it off of the machine. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna take the clamps off. We're just gonna very carefully remove the pad from the sticky stabilizer. Now I'm just gonna clean up the back a minute. I don't think on something like this you technically need to clean up the back. I mean, it's going on a horse, but I like to, for custom orders, just make it look as clean as possible. Okay, and here is how it turned out. It turned out absolutely perfect. It's pretty darn centered on that square. It's a little farther down than I would like, but I mean, we're talking like 2 millimeters, not even that big of a deal. So I think it turned out great. And here are the white ones that I did. Turned out great. And then this one, the black is because this is a used one, it's not brand new. But again, absolutely perfect. This was a fun project. Like I said, I've never done saddle pads before. I don't even have a horse. Really fun new project, and I hope I was able to help you guys, you know, try something new, branch out there. I mean, when we say, you know, we do custom apparel and things like that, you know, don't limit yourself to just shirts and hats and sweaters. You know, offer custom embroidery on multiple different things. So again, this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you for the next Vlogmas video.